Listen to that starlet. You can hear the engine run. G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to JDM Day down from at Glenelg. The seaside is just over there, and this is the old section of JDM Day, so all more the older JDM stuff. And there's two ovals this year, and there's another one with the more modern JDMs in the next oval on the other side of the road, so we might go and have a look at them after. But for now, this is the older JDM, and as you can see, lots and lots of people. Now if you want a bit of a JDM but you can't afford a car like that, you can always go for something like this, a little Honda Express. Looks like a bit of old fencing pipe, but yeah, obviously it's got unleaded fuel and oil, and some little very tiny motor down there. I don't know how many cc's they were, and it's even got a tiny little speedo. But yeah, a nice little putt-putt to get around. And a bit of a Datsun Turbo. Check out the motor on this. It's unreal. 6-cylinder. But yeah, this thing's very, very cool. It's got some nice wheels to offset him in white. 240Z. But yeah, as I said, the wheels sort of do look cool on this, that's for sure. And as we walk around, we've got Nissan Skylines, a couple of, well, 2 or 3 Skylines along here in this row. And as you can see, there's a Nissan motor. It's the same motor that he put into the VL Commodore, the old RB30. So yeah, of course Nissan were using Holden's as a test bed. And we've got an old Toyota Celica there, and another very beautiful blue Toyota Celica on this one. Very, very cool indeed. And this one's a Celica Supra Turbo. Another little Celica. And we can have a look at his little power plant in there. Dual VVTi, so I think he looks like he's got a more modern motor in it. The same with this absolutely beautiful blue Celica as well. Beautiful paintwork on this one. And twin cam 1.8. As we look around at this TC Carrier, bit of a blacky sort of a little carrier, and he's got a little pink boat in the back as well. Very cool Subaru. Very, very cool Subaru indeed. How beautiful is that? Very, very nice indeed. And of course it's got the bit of an off-road look on it as well. And of course it's a 4-wheel drive, and there's the little lever to engage your 4-wheel drive, all from the comfort of the driver's cockpit. Not bad, but yeah, I do like the look of that. That looks very, very cool indeed. And a Datsun Stanza Triple S, the sportier model of the Stanza, next to a Mitsubishi Sigma Scorpion, all original. Little Bluebird.
What was that? Get back, dude. What the fuck? Good.
Little Honda Civic. So as you can see, there's lots and lots and lots of little JDM cars here, that's for sure. And as we look at this very nice Nissan Skyline with some very nice wheels.
Just a shame it's all. Yeah, it's good and bad though.
And was what a surprise to see a GH Sigma, Mitsubishi Sigma. So this was just after they took over, because they were making these when Chrysler was still there, and then they changed it over. This one says it's a 2.6. I think it's yep, some automatic. It's T-bar automatic, and it's a SE. So about the middle range or top of the range at that time for the SEs there. So it's got a little bit extra level of comfort that you wouldn't normally see in Sigmas of that time. Now, I know this is supposed to be JDM day, or should it be ADM day? What a surprise to see a Holden Gemini. Of course, it's originally from Isuzu Motors, with the little Holden badge on the front, and it's a panel van, or panel wagon, whichever you like to call it. So it is definitely Holden as badged, and a bit of a bed there, and new Gemini parking with some cool little decals on the side there. That is very, very nice indeed. I do like that middle one up the back there, that's very cool. So what a surprise to see a Holden Gemini at JDM Day from 1979 apparently. Then we've got another Isuzu Bellette. They were sort of cool. There's another one. Sort of a collection of Bellettes at the moment. But yeah, these things are very, very nice indeed. The old Isuzu from Isuzu Motors in Japan. So we got more Skylines. Not a twin cam, but a high cam Toyota Corolla. And a very nice Nissan Skyline GT from 1980. Very beautiful red colour on this one. Absolutely stunning. Of course, one that we've seen before, the Barn Fine Honda. One over, and it was last registered in 1981 as per sticker and stored for the last 40 years. Of course, a Mitsubishi Colt that I've seen at Coffee and Chrome as a visitor. Very, very cool indeed.
It's not that much.
Very stunning green Corolla. Bit of a rare gem, the Datsun 120Y, and not all rusted out like they normally do. And he's got a little teddy bear on his steering wheel as well. But yeah, nice to see one that's still intact and not all rusty looking. Now, what have we got here? We have got a Nissan Gazelle with the poppy up headlights. The thing is very, very cool indeed. Next to a Mazda RE12. Very beautiful, stunning blue on that. Next to another Mazda Rotary. That thing is beautiful and blue too. Happens to be a wagon. And then we've got Joy Boy, who we've seen at Coffee and Cars at Tonsley from time to time. A few of these I've seen at Tonsley from time to time. Now, this thing is a real oddity with its little headlights and that. And he's got a set of Chevette mags on it as well, by the looks of it. Very, very interesting. But yeah, it doesn't seem to have a little sticker on him, say. But we can have a look inside. And he's got a single gauge, and of course it's an automatic, and look where the gear shift is. And we got another one here, another Toyota with some very red line or mag wheels. Next is beautiful two-tone Skyline. That thing is very, very cool. I like the two-tones. I think those two-tone colours of the 90s and that sort of really set cars off, but and this is no exception to that rule. Nissan Exa with some whitey tyres on it, but looks very cool. An Exa, what did they call them? Sports Bark. That's right. Yeah, spelt a little bit differently. So, but yeah, very interesting. Interesting the way they did the backs on these. That's for sure. And then we've got a little mighty boy, little Daihatsu, I think. I'm not real sure, but I think it's a little Daihatsu, almost like a little mini utility. But how cool is that?
Very happy.
Now here we go with some Mazda, some look of some old school Mazdas, Capellas and all sorts of things, RX4s and REs and all the rest of them. But they are very, very cool indeed. Very, very cool to see these old Mazdas, and I think they were quite well made too, actually. I think, and some of them, of course, had rotaries in them, which weren't as good. But yeah, the ones with the straighter engines were very, very, very reliable indeed, I believe. So as you can see, lots and lots and lots of old school JDM here to see. Another old Toyota Corona, and I was commenting before that the front headlights and that look like the first model Sigmas a bit. So yeah, and an old Datsun 15 or 1600. I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, they were interesting little cars, or little Datsuns. But yeah, as I said, lots and lots and lots of old school stuff over this side. To, if you like old school JDM, this is the place to sort of be. And when I'm finished here, I'll go across and have a look in the Moderna section and see what else we can see over there that might be of some interest. Now, what's this? This is a little Toyota Corolla, isn't it? And it's for sale too, so if anybody's interested, I'll flash it up there. I'll give it a bit of free advertising for 10 grand. This could be your little Toyota Corolla or piece of JDM. But looks very good. It's an CS Toyota Corolla. Not a bad looking car. It is auto, and it's got air conditioning, power steering, and great condition throughout. And I must say, it does look pretty good. Now, here's a Mazda 1969 R100, and there's his little rotary power plant. For people that haven't seen a rotary power engine before, that's what they look like. Fireball Mazda R100. And then we're next to a Pajero. So this is a 1988 according to the blurb. It's a 2.5 litre turbo diesel, and looking very original indeed. Very, very cool. See an old school Pajero, and it's even got MMC on it, Mitsubishi Motor Company. Now, I think I've seen this Mazda once or twice, but not up close. as this is a beautiful champagne-y sort of a colour little Mazda. It's got an AA badge on it, and so 323 shades. 323 shades. It's another manual. And what's it got on it? Probably about 263,000 kilometres. So probably not a great deal for one of these, because I think they sort of lasted and lasted. But that thing is very, very nice indeed. Next to a Nissan Z or ZX. This thing is beautiful. This one's a T-bar automatic, and it's got all the little gauges there, and it's got the gauges in the centre. Very nice. 300 ZX from what, 1980 something, 84, 85, something along those lines, I seem to remember. But beautiful interior on this, absolutely gorgeous. Well, one of the best, I think, from Nissan at the time. And of course it's got its poppy up headlights, but that thing is beautiful, the 300. As an old mechanic mate said to me once, "Do you know why they have exhaust like that?" I said, "Why?" He said, "So they can see their valves bounce." Very beautiful old school Lancer, very JDM-ish, and love the wheels on that. That looks very, very cool indeed. Mitsubishi Evo 5 from 1998, sorry. I stand corrected. Got some very specky wheels on that. Nice little old school Honda, which to some might look like a Rover for some, and you may be correct. I think they were made during the Honda Rover alliance, but yeah, this is a little GL Civic, and of course looks very familiar to the car from the TV show Keeping Up Appearances, but of course that was a little blue Rover, but the same style and shape as this one. As you can see, lots and lots and lots of cars over this side too, and I've spotted another Lancer or two. Little Toyota, and if we come over this side, over here, see this very striking yellow wagon with some very deep black dish wheels. And yeah, I think it's a Nissan, but I'm trying to find the year of it, and I don't think they've filled out the year, but never mind. Interesting number plate on him for a Mitsubishi Evo 6 with some very cool decals again. And some nice deep dishy wheels. It's got a big ass exhaust on him as well. And here's a car that sort of looks familiar to some of those that have been watching my channel, but it's not. Very, very similar. Very similar colour. Although I think it could be a little bit darker than the one that I've shown. And of course it's got different headlights on it, but still I think it's about, let's have a look, does it say what year? 2017. So yes, it is the same year as my sister's car, and it's got the same sort of wheels on it too. Now I don't know why he's over here, but he should be on the older JDM as far as I'm concerned, but the Subaru Brumby 4-wheel drive, who remembers them? I don't see too many of them now, but they were very, very popular. Known as something else in other countries, I think, or a few other names, but Brumby here in Australia. But how cool is that to see? Little Daihatsu with electronic fuel injection from 1992. So yeah, and his number plate is key. So of course that's what they call a key car. And he's got some little bit of memorabilia in the back of it there as well, some brochures and different bits and pieces there. But yeah, very, very small, but cute, I suppose you could say. It is a manual. And of course I think the motor, you could work on it, do a service on an afternoon. Wouldn't take you long at all. Mind you, you'd have to find your way around it because there's not a lot of hand movement in there, but very, very interesting little car from Daihatsu. And we've got a Mitsubishi, another Mitsubishi Evolution, as it says so on this beautiful engine rocker cover. Bit of a Toyota Supra going on here. Very nice with his little wing. Don't mind the way the back end finishes on this. Looks very, very cool indeed. Get the wing. Now this is a Mitsubishi Diamante, made here in Tonsley Park in South Australia by Mitsubishi Motors, and of course made as a left-hand drive, shipped over to America, and of course it's obviously found its way back to South Australia, and it's still a left-hand drive. But one thing that's got me curious, why would you put those wheels on this car? So this was the level instrumentation you got in your Diamante if you were in America, and you had memory power seats, power windows, which you got there, but they were just a little bit better appointed than what the Magnas were that were made here. And that's the back of the seats there. And it looks like he's selling some rims as well. But yes, it's a Diamante made in South Australia for the American market, or as they used to call it up there, the NAS market. So we've got a bit of a cult going on here. We've got another blue Honda. But yeah, I haven't seen any ordinary Magnas or anything along those lines. And yeah, before anybody says any smart comments, they're all in the rubbish dump. Well, you could be right too. But here's a Mitsubishi VR4. Very interesting red wheels on him. And he's a 24 valve twin turbo tune. Very, very nice. Of course, these weren't made here. The legume. But still, I didn't mind the look of these. Very cool blue on this Mazda. I think she's a rotary. So it's a 1973 Mazda 1300 wagon. The thing is beautiful and blue. So here we have two Mitsubishis, and of course this one, the red one, is a 1997, the white one is a 1993, but both very, very cool, twin turbos. When Mitsubishi was trying to get into the, what would you say, the sports market, so these are both GTOs, and like I said, this one, the red one, is a little bit later model to this one. But geez, I tell you what, that red and those wheels are really, really good. Look good. I wish he had his windows down. I'd like to have a bit of a look inside. I have got a brochure on one of these, but yeah, that is very cool to see two Mitsubishi together like that, or a sports car. From certain angles it does look like a Ferrari a bit, doesn't it? Now I better take a picture of this, or a video of this 1997 Toyota Starlet, because I'm reliably informed that the person that owns it is related to me. So I better take a video of it. Life. It's a two-door, as you can see, but and he's just got the ordinary steely rims on it. But not a bad little car. They were pretty good back in the day, I believe, and I have been for a ride in one, and not too shabby. So as JDM day rolls to an end, with some of them coming and going, but most of them going, we can get to see some more of these tasty vehicles as they go, including this little Starlet down here. Listen to that Starlet, you can hear the engine run. So now that all the cars are ready to go, some have already left. This is the old school side. Now the logistical nightmare of trying to get them all out and around that roundabout, because you've got both sides leaving at the same time. So yeah, there's a more modern Honda that looks like it needs a bit of a panel beat. Rolls out. I don't think he was part of it, but yeah, they're just loading this truck on. Of course, he's obviously not road legal, so he has to get a piggyback out. And the little Mazda 323 Shades is still here, and as some of them are doing little bits and pops and bangs as they leave, I'll say thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a like, and I'll say thanks till the next video, and we'll see you then. Cheers for now, guys, and thanks a million for watching JDM Day. As you can see, the logistical nightmare of holding such a big car event when everybody wants to leave the room at the same time. Mitsubishi Lancer wagon that you rarely see these days. Pity they stopped making those. This one's an Evolution. JDM Day with the biggest traffic jam for the year. As this old school JDM Datsun Z comes around. Got a bit of patina on here. Here's something of a little bit of a special.
That was random.
That thing is absolutely beautiful. What a gorgeous old car. Chevrolet. Rocking a very old school number plate as well.